It's the Date Master, and yes, we're back. It's a good Friday morning. I'm gonna have a very serious breakdown. Deadbeat daddy syndrome and the generational trauma that this causes. In the black community, you see a high concentration of absent fathers. One must ask, why is this? And we have this correlation to slavery, in which this is accurate. Slavery, you had butt breaking, you had these breeding farms, you had a lot of apparatuses that white supremacists used to create slaves, create workers. And this is still prevalent today. The deadbeat daddy syndrome is a double-edged sword, which is again designed and orchestrated by white supremacist government, white supremacist interests to create a working slave. You got these jobs paying you bullshit wages, bullshit salaries, and taking up majority of your time to where you cannot think about a plan to get out. It's the Matrix. This is the Matrix in 3D. You walk into it every day. You go to a job that you hate. You get a degree. You go to college. Whenever you see ads on TV, you must be alarmed. And I think about this now, and I hear this on the radio. I see it on television. You see it on YouTube. You see it on the internet. They have ads for college. But you notice they don't really have a lot of ads for the jobs that correlates to the college degree. So I have to pay an institution to get a piece of paper that says, okay, you can do the job, versus learning the actual job and the trade and the skills necessary to do the same job. We've all worked in call centers, warehouses, with people that had college degrees and didn't have degrees. Some people in some positions, I used to work in corporate America. I won't say what company, but they have a class action lawsuit going on right now. And I know this is off topic, but I'm going to give a little tidbit on how this works. And I have an extensive background in customer service in another company, which is in the same industry. I was number one in the office for customer service satisfaction. We did surveys after every call, and I always get 100% because I know how to talk to people. I know how to treat people how I want to be treated. And I did other things, and I tried to do other jobs with the other companies, and they say, no, well, you're going to do this. Well, and you go to this new company with all of this experience in the same industry, yet they pay you as if you know nothing of the industry. They pay you as if you're fresh in the door. Not knowing your worth can handicap you. So when you look at deadbeat dads, these deadbeat dads, in a lot of cases, they don't have any identity. Most of them come from single mother homes. They come from toxic home environments to where they don't want a family. They just want to get their rocks off, and they make the woman pay for their trauma. They make the woman pay for the pain that they've endured as a son coming out of a single mother household. On the other end, it works the opposite. Some men say, I'm going to do my best to not put a child through what I went through. But you see this deadbeat daddy syndrome because a lot of men are weak. A lot of men go through trials and tribulation, and they don't understand how to deal with adversity. Life beats them up, and they look for the outlets to self-medicate. Some self-medicate through drugs, some self-medicate through alcohol, some self-medicate through sex. This is why the porn industry is what it is. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Not having identity is a man's weakness because he's going to be bouncing around. He's not going to be mentally stable. He's going to be up and down. He's going to be going in and out of depression because I've dealt with this. And I had my father in the home. And I have a critical critique of my father and his cousins, siblings, etc. And I vocalize this. I don't bite my tongue for anyone. So if I see a behavior that is lackluster, I'm going to speak about it. And I recall being with my dad a lot. My dad was a great father. He provided. He spoiled me. He was there. But I see my father get defeated by his own vices. I seen him get defeated and throw in the towel. I recall going over my cousin's house and it's groups of men sitting around drinking beer, watching the game. And I come to this level in life now where I say, well, I used to go over here all the time. And I never heard any of these men orchestrating a plan of building generational wealth, building businesses, discussing job opportunities. I never heard these conversations in depth. Yet we have a congregation of men who can come and pool together money to buy alcohol and other things, cigarettes, food. And one would ask, well, you guys never thought about, hey, you know what? Let's get these rental properties over here. Hey, let's do this. Hey, let's do that. So in the age of information today, and not even just today, the age of information has been here. The choice, the option to be ignorant is still a choice. You can talk about all of the pussy you got when you were in your heyday, all the women you used to get, all the women you used to chase, yet you don't have any inclination to say, you know what, I don't want my son to struggle. I don't want to see this struggle anymore. Let's put our money together and do something bigger. So deadbeat daddy syndrome is not just for being a father. You're a deadbeat before you have children. The thing is, women who don't have fathers themselves, they cannot tell one from the other. Only thing they know is what feels good and what sounds good. See, a lot of men think they get amnesty or they get absolved from creating these single mothers. I've done videos telling you you do not get a pass for making bastard babies, for having bastard children. You don't get a pass for that. Even though the woman chose you, you still had a choice. You still had a choice because it starts and ends with the man. And the reason why we have all of this chaos today is because we don't have men standing up and being men. And this is not a new thing. You heard men, these drug dealers, your Alpos, your AZs, they tell, yeah, I'm a parent of a single, I'm a child of a single mother of 6, 7, 8 kids, and they were born in the 60s. They were born in the 60s coming from these same situations. So this is generational. And I look in 2022 and 2021, we're just into 2022, but I still see women signing up to be single mothers. I still see this. I see women get divorced to become a baby mama to another guy. She'll leave her husband to become a baby mother. She's such a beautiful fool. She's a beautiful fool. But the men who create these situations, this message is for you. A lot of men have grown to be weak to their lustful desires. They do not take into account what happens when you're not in the child's life. You think because you're paying bills, you're paying child support, you're giving the mother money, that's enough. Money doesn't raise a child. Your leadership, your discipline, and your presence raises a child. Your guidance raises a child. That's why I have not put myself in a position to be a baby father. People say, you're 37-year-old, you're 37 with no kids. You're goddamn right. This is not by circ. This is by design. This is by design. And I have friends in my age group. I have about I can name I got about 12 guys that I associate with that do not have children. That is self disrespect to put yourself in a position to where a woman can call you a baby daddy instead of my husband. That is self disrespect, and it's become normal or common to people think it's normal. See, that's the thing with our society. We think because something is common, that is normal. That is not the case. Just because something is common does not make it normal. And when I say normal, and I mean aligned with nature, natural law. So we have an influx of stepdaddyism coming into play to offset the deadbeat daddy syndrome. Men's Men are deadbeats before they have a child because they don't have any ambition, they don't have any identity, they don't have any purpose, they don't have any resources, yet they're out here fucking like they're porn stars, chasing pussy as if their life depends on it. You must not associate yourself with such men, because I used to be that guy chasing women. In a lot of cases, I wouldn't even say chasing women, I was attracting women. I was dealing with a lot of women since a young boy. But I was a late bloomer. I did not get into the game. I wouldn't say lose my virginity, but I did not start becoming sexually active till I was almost 18. And I had a girlfriend. I wanted to do it the right way. And we were together about 6 months before we got intimate. She was waiting me out. This should just happen this way. But as I became more experienced and, you go through disappointment, you go through your heartbreaks, you go through your heartaches with women because you did not know what they were capable of, it led me down this rabbit hole of the red pill. It led me down the rabbit hole of the self-awareness, an but a collective of my experiences is what brought me here. Because I was always inquisitive. I was always curious as to why things happen and what things were. I was always questioning things. I said, why do we have such bull? What is this? Why are women acting like this? Why am I getting this treatment? So I get on the information superhighway, the internet, and I start Googling, YouTubing, and breadcrumb after breadcrumb after breadcrumb. The information is nonstop because it's filled with men who identify with my experiences. So a woman would not ever get the privilege to call me her baby daddy. I'll be damned if that's the case. I'll be damned. But men will put themselves in these positions over and over and over and over. And the biggest misconception is that just if you're in the home with the mother, you're married or whatever, you're not a deadbeat. Oh, that's not the case at all. You can be present and still be a deadbeat dad due to your lack of guidance, your lack of ambition to learn how to be the best father, to put your child in the best environment. Just because you're paying bills does not make you a worthy father. You're not immune to being a deadbeat just because you're in the home. You see, children come from two-parent homes more messed up than children that come from single mother homes. You see this because all he has to do is pay bills and he thinks that's enough. Yeah, I just pay the bills and all this. And no. My biggest thing is if you're having children, why? And no man can really answer this with logic and tangibles. Why are you having kids? And you don't have shit. You don't have nothing to offer. You don't have any knowledge of self. You don't have any knowledge base to teach. Why are you fucking and having kids anyway? Oh man, you get home, you get lonely, you get horny, and you wanna, man, you know how I go, man. Fuck that. I said coming into 22, there's going to be a new standard that I'm going to hold myself to and those who I associate with them. If they do not meet that standard, our association will cease to exist. And I'm okay with that. Because far too long we have operated without a standard. You have children, bastard demons in the streets murdering each other every day. Every day I get on the internet, 16-year-old shot and killed, 18-year-old shot and killed, 19-year-old shot and killed, 20-year-old charged with murder, 22-year-old charged with murder. Where are the fathers? Where are they? And these deadbeat dads, they try to hide, and you will see them out in the club with the latest pair of J's on. We have to create a militant group to where, fuck going to court, send us your profile, and we're going to go and find him for you. And we're going to bring your ass back, and you're going to be a fucking father to this child or face the consequences. That's how we need to start moving. You're not going to just create these demons and ruin these women, because that's what you're doing. You see the stigma behind dating single mothers, yet you don't hear the men being held accountable for making them the single mothers, because you ruin these women for good men. You ruin these women for good men that can actually provide them some guidance, protection, and security, because you just want to get your rocks off. No, we're going to start taking the law into our own hands, and we're going to find you for creating this bastard demon while you're in the club popping bottles as if you're the man. See, when I talk like this, people get in their feelings. Oh, he's simping. Nah. There's going to be standards set, and this standard is going to be met. Far too long, we operate without a code. We operate recklessly, thinking with our little head and not the one that counts. I can give a damn how much pussy you got. That doesn't do anything for my dick. You're not the man because you had 1 million women. Because if you really think about it, if 1 million women can get you, you ain't worth a damn anyway. You have to be very picky and selective. Only the creme de la creme can get in this and can get in this section. Only the cream of the crop. You guys are lay down with anything. You're laying down with linebackers. You're laying down with nose guards. But I got some in-house pussy though. At least I get my dick wet. You're fucking a polar bear. You think you get stripes? You think you get stripes for that? The new standard is here. And you guys think you're absolved. You like to jump on these channels and in these chats when they're flaming these single mothers. But we're going to start flaming you guys who make these single mothers. That's where the attention needs to be put, because it starts and ends with the man. This generational trauma, it keeps revolving and evolving. And at one point, it must stop. At some point, it must stop, or it will be the extinction of the black race. It will be the extinction of the black race as we know it. But you guys, let me know what you think about this video. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the Date Master.